Hey warriors, it's Missy here again with a bunch of potatoes with a lot of eyeballs. So I received these from my dad. I told him I would make him some potato soup out of these so they didn't go bad. We also have a whole bag of sweet potatoes, so we're going to make a russet sweet potato soup. Welcome back to my sink, y'all. So I have dumped the potatoes, the sweet potatoes in the sink, and those are all washed up. And here are the de-eyed russet potatoes that have been washed and have been de-eyeballed. So stay tuned, we're getting ready to make potato soup. That drives me crazy, by the way. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Missy here. Today, as I stated already, I am making a sweet potato russet potato soup. My dad had potatoes that were starting to sprout, so instead of them going bad, I told him I would bring them home and I would make a lovely potato soup for him. Let's get started. First, we're going to cut our onion. Oh, the sun is out today. It is feeling lovely. It is only roughly about 17 degrees outside, but when you're inside and the sun is shining, it is definitely welcomed. Most definitely welcomed. So, I have a garbage bag behind me. So what we're going to do is we're going to, let me get a different knife here. Sorry about all the shadows in the sun, but I welcome the sun. So what we're going to do is we're going to smash up some garlic. I like this grapeseed oil a lot. This isn't looking so hot, so we're just going to get rid of that one. I don't use vegetable oil a lot. I use grapeseed oil or olive oil. I want to start getting into using avocado oil. And you know the strange thing about me, another fun fact that you probably did not know, is I cannot eat avocados. I am highly allergic to them, I guess. I've never been tested. But what I have had happen is I started to jump on the trend of the avocado toast. Made some at home, even posted a video. It was one of my very first videos on YouTube. I think it was a short. And I think I had the whole avocado on the piece of toast, and I was forever sick after eating it. And so thereafter, I decided avocados weren't for me. Now, it may have just been I overdid it consumption-wise. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to go to the doctor to find out. And I'm certainly not going to eat anymore to find out. So, also, I can't eat bananas. I get the same reaction off of eating bananas. Double over with stomach pain, so yeah, there's that. Garlic is cut up. Now we're going to cut up the onion. He does like onions, but I'm not trying to make it onion forward. It's a potato soup. I'm just trying to add some flavor into the soup. Because I do not have bacon to throw in. It's basically going to be onions and potatoes. He has cheese at home, so if he wants a loaded potato soup, he can most certainly do that for himself. I'm just trying to get the very most basic soup made for him so these potatoes do not go bad. Now I'm crying over these onions. And I have found that the trick of putting a wet paper towel down while you're cutting onions. They don't work for me. I'm not even going to try that again. Y'all, I am crying so bad right now that my eyeballs are about to drip. So, normally when onions age, they get this bad. So I'm not sure. These are fairly new onions, so I'm not sure why I'm crying so bad or why these are so strong. I couldn't even see my onions to cut them, so they're going to be what they are. I have tears rolling down my cheeks right now. Holy moly. Wow. It is time now to welcome you to my pot. I feel like that's going to be an occurrence here that we will revisit often. I'm going to put some oil into the pot, and now I'm going to add in those onions. That made me forever cry. We are going to give this a quick mixy mix. And I'm going to turn the heat down to the very lowest setting so I can get my potatoes cut. I'm also going to add some pepper. I season as I go. You want to season everything. Just a tad bit of salt to bring out the flavors. Just a little bit. All right. Now we're just going to leave that alone and we're going to let that cook. Now it's time to cut up the potatoes. I won't put you through the agony of watching the whole process. I will speed this up, as I always do. Oh, also, we are leaving the skins on. Also, we are not going to take the skins off of our sweet potatoes, as they provide fiber. So it is not necessary to take the skins off of your sweet potatoes. Just want to make sure your sweet potatoes are very clean if you are going to leave them on. Which, these sweet potatoes were cleaned thoroughly. We're getting a bit full here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them to the pot and see where we're at for the size of our pot here. We are getting pretty full. We'll cut up another sweet potato or two, add it in, and then see what we're looking like room-wise with the pot. The reason I'm using this pot is so I can use the immersion blender once it's done cooking. And this pot I can do that with because it isn't coated with anything. So the immersion blender isn't going to hurt this pot. This is the pot that I made the homemade pizza sauce in, which I also use the immersion blender for. I will show you the pot here in a second. And that's what we're looking like. So I'm going to now add some liquid so these potatoes can get to cooking. Okay, I don't have any chicken stock, so we're just going to add water. It's okay to use water, in your potato soup, as long as, and this is my theory and it's my opinion only, so take it for what it's worth, but as long as you impart some flavor into that water, such as you have your onions in there, you have your garlic in there, I will add some Better Than Bouillon chicken base, just so it has some more flavor. All right, y'all. Let us go ahead and season up again with pepper. I get my love of pepper from my dad. Now at his age, it makes him cough a little bit. If he puts the pepper from the pepper mill on his food, it makes him cough. But if it's in stuff like this, it doesn't bother him. we're also, let's put some, as always, garlic powder. I am, however, going to start making my own garlic powder, onion powder, hopefully. Onion powder, and making my own garlic salt. We're going to add just a few basil leaves, just for some color, more pop of flavor. Then, because I said so, I'm gonna add just about a half a teaspoon or so of ground turmeric. We're gonna do a little bit of smoked paprika for that smokiness. And I'm also going to add some poultry seasoning. Just a little bit. Poultry seasoning can be a little overpowering for me at times. So we are going to let this hang out. Let those potatoes cook down. And I will see you back at the pot when these potatoes are done cooking. Hey everybody, welcome back to my pot. I've totally forgot this part. So I added that water, right? Yeah, I'm gonna finish it off with some milk. Probably a cup and a half. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. All right, and we'll be back when this is done. Welcome back again. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to taste, and hope, like the Dickens, it does not burn my mouth hole. Okay, a little lackluster on flavor. I can taste the starch, and I can taste that it's potatoey, but it's not seasoned enough for me. It might be okay for my dad. I think when I'm a little aggressive with the spices, I don't necessarily know that he cares for how aggressively that I season everything. So I might leave it at this right now. And then after it's completely done and I use the immersion blender on it, we'll give it a taste when that's done and see what it tastes like when we're almost at the finished product. So we will let these dudes cook some more and I will be right back. 2 tips here. We have that soup at a roaring boil. And if you put a wooden spoon, I've made a video off of this before, a short. If you put a wooden spoon there, your liquid, no matter what it is, will not boil over. Also, tip number 2. Remember, and I keep saying this, you can always add seasoning, but you cannot take it out once it's in there. So season lightly and keep checking. Okay, y'all. So I have checked the tenderness of the potatoes. And I was basically just waiting on those sweet potatoes because they are harder and they take longer. So you can see by the level here, or this mark, that it has evaporated, some of that liquid has evaporated out and off. So I am going to get the immersion blender, see how much it thickens up, and if I need to, I will make either a flour or cornstarch slurry. And I'm also going to add We're gonna add this right now and see what it does. I am going to add a little bit of cream cheese. Maybe a half, so maybe 4 ounces in here. So we're going to let that melt in there. Then we'll break out that immersion blender. I will be back. Here is the immersion blender. So I originally got this when I tried starting a dog treat business, and I was making training treats. I was making salmon training treats and I was making chicken liver training treats. And I would use this immersion blender to blend up all of the chicken liver and the salmon, not together, separately, but this is what I would use to make sure everything was well combined. It was easier to use this than it was for me to put in my small food processor or even my blender. They just don't hold that much, the ones I have anyway. So if you've never tried an immersion blender, it's well worth buying, let me tell you, because if you've seen, I made my homemade pizza sauce. This is how I blended it. And it comes in very handy for a lot of uses, such as this right here. So just be careful, please, if you're going to get one and use one. So, all right, you guys, cover your ears. This is going to be loud. You might want to put goggles on for splashing as well. Also, I'm not going to mash up everything. We're going to do kind of like a half and half. All right. I think this is good enough. Always unplug your tool before you break it down and take it apart. I think I almost broke it. All right, put it away, turn this on low, the very lowest it can go. Now what we're going to check for is our thickness. There's some lovely chunks in there still. And we are going to check flavor and the thickness. So flavor, it's good, but for me, I would like a little more something, you know? I actually think I might add something else here. A little bit more poultry seasoning. Some more paprika. You guessed it, more garlic powder. And you know what? This isn't my normal go-to flavoring for potato soup. If you guys have problems opening these, just poke your fork in there. Be careful. You might want to wear gloves, goggles, and all the necessary PPE for this. But forks work very well for taking those off. I am going to add a little bit of ground mustard. I know that doesn't look like a little bit, but we have a bunch here. For a little bit of bite. My dad actually likes a little spicy. I turned him on to the jalapeno cheddar Cheetos. I thought they were going to be too spicy for him, but he actually likes them a lot. All right, now we stir. We went very basic here. You can add celery when you add in your onions. You can add carrots, ham, bacon, cheddar cheese, you name it, you can throw it in. And here is the finished product. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you in my next video.